Okay. All rise.
Acting is here for your soul. Oh, hey! I didn't see you there. Let's talk.
Well, me, Wyatt Bridger, I have always had a love for theater. And, you know, my freshman year, I did The Little Mermaid for al fresco. Great show. I played Chef Louis. It was a fabulous musical number. And so my sophomore year, I decided that I really wanted to do theater here at the high school. So I dragged along some of my buddies, and, you know, Derek and Braden never really had the cut to do theater, but me and Caden have stuck it out ever since.
I just wanted to watch and see what they were gonna do, but the more I looked at it, I thought it was kind of fun and more interesting. So I started off just doing a little singing part, and then I went ahead and I started to speak, and then I did a little bit of dancing. And then, sure enough, Manugian came and he talked to me and he said, hey, you're really good. And I was kind of surprised. I had never been in a play before. I had never really, even thought about acting. So when he said I was good, I was surprised. And then it turns out he wanted me to be young Scrooge, and that's a big role. I had my own solo song, and I actually had lines, and that would have been my first play. So that's kind of how I started off wanting to be in more plays, and that's how I started doing all the rest of them. I've been in 5 shows here, and I'm currently in a show downtown at al fresco. My first show was probably my scariest. It was Visitor from Forest Hill. I was playing this young groom who's about to get married, but he gets cold feet before the wedding because he's scared of what's going to happen later that night in the bed. But that character's name was Borden. Then I was a bunch of background characters in Christmas Carol, as I was this year as well, so that's 3 plays now. I was also in Little Red last year, where I was a lumberjack that chased around the wolves. And I was in The Underpants as Versati, an Italian poet. And currently I'm in a play downtown at al fresco where I'm Phineas Trout, who interviews the kids in Willy Wonka. Oh, I've been in a lot of plays. The first one, Young Scrooge, so that's actually for 2 years. I was a king in Sleeping Beauty. I was a wolf in The Little Red. I was a kid named Theo in The Underpants, which was this year's. And then I also was a groomsman. No, actually, I was the best man named Jake, and that was in last year's homecoming play.
As an actor, I think I've had a lot of challenges. The way I enunciate words, it's a big problem with me. Memorization was never really a problem. I know some people really have that problem. And sometimes, you know, blocking is a problem. I mean, we all have it.
Enunciation, for sure. And last year, it was really just volume, but this year it's been a lot of enunciation.
How has theater impacted my life? Some of my greatest friendships have come from theater, and, you know, the 4 years that I've had in high school wouldn't be the same without the people that I've met or with the experiences that I've had.
Ooh, the theater program has really changed who I am. Before I started theaters, I feel like myself, I was kind of awkward whenever it came to speaking to people because I'm an introverted person. My best theatrical experience would probably have to be in The Underpants, which was this year's homecoming show, where I'm trying to get the girl I'm trying to get with to rent me a room, and she tells me how much it is, and I just go, I'll take it! Oh God, I'll take it! I remember this one time wherever me and a couple people, Kyle, Wyatt, a couple people that are in college right now, we actually bought a giant picnic-like meal, and then we had it delivered to the school. And then one person didn't have a
like a blanket to put it on the ground. So we used a shirt and we laid it on top, and we basically just ate burgers for an entire couple of scenes.
I feel like the theater program is really underrated, you know. We put on these really great shows, and we put on so much hard work, and much like the band, you know, the band puts in all this time and effort, and the band's pretty great. The theater has the same thing. We put in all this work at the rehearsals, and then we have this 1 hour performance, and people can't really see all the stuff that it took to, you know, actually have this show. And I think people would have a great understanding if they got into theater.
It can be a great outlet for anything wrong in your life, because when you're in theater, you just, it separates you from everything else. Like, I know they say become your character, and a lot of people are like, well, you're just acting. But honestly, you do really become your character when you're doing that kind of stuff, and you just forget all of your other worries. For future actors, I would recommend, if it's a future actor here, don't take what Manugian says as, oh, he hates me, I'm a horrible actor. Because it's kind of like sports. They break you down so they can build you up into something great. And if you're here, he will definitely build you up into something great. And if you're a future actor somewhere else, just try your hardest, man. Like, if it's for you, it's for you, and you'll love it whether you have to put in hard work or not.
Don't be afraid to be a fool of yourself. Honestly, that's the biggest one. Like, you know, all the people in theater, we are super goofy. We don't care what people think of us. And yes, for your first few years, you know, you're gonna care what people think, and some of our actors today still actually care what people think when they're on stage. But you just have to let everything go, and you just have to want this. That's it. If you want to be in theater, you will succeed in theater.